Hello, this is Ben, and today we're going to go over two types of special right triangles that you're going to see again and again in math and geometry, and it helps to become familiar with them so that you know how to work with them. And that is the 30, 60, 90 right triangle, and then the other one, the 45, 45, 90 right triangle. So we're actually going to start talking about this one because that one's a little bit easier to understand. So in a 45, 45, 90 degree right triangle, these two sides are both the same, and the hypotenuse is whatever this side is times the square root of 2. So if, for example, this is 3, and that's 3, then we know the hypotenuse is 3 times the square root of 2. It's that simple. In the event where you know just the hypotenuse, like let's say that we know the hypotenuse is 8, you can figure out the two smaller sides simply by dividing that by the square root of 2. So this side, for example, would be 8 divided by the square root of 2, and usually you have to rationalize it by multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 2, and you get 8 root 2 over root 2 times root 2 is just 2. So you get 8 root 2 over 2, which is just 4 root 2. So these two sides would be 4 times the square root of 2. So that's a 45, 45, 90. The other one is the 30, 60, 90. And in this triangle, the smallest side is your x. That's across from the 30-degree angle, the smallest angle. Then the medium side is whatever the small side is times the square root of 3. And the hypotenuse is twice the smaller side. So a simple example of this, if we know the small side is, say, 4, then we know the hypotenuse is 8, twice that, and then we know that the medium side is 4 times the square root of 3. So that's the easy case. In the event where you know the hypotenuse, like let's say we know that the hypotenuse is 10. If we know the hypotenuse is 10, then the smaller side is half of that, so it'd be 5, and the medium side would be 5 times the square root of 3. And then the most difficult case is the one where we just know the medium side. We have to find the other two sides. So let's say, for example, we know that the medium side is, let's say we know that it's 12. What you want to do is you want to get the smaller side, and since the multiplier is the square root of 3, you'll be dividing it by the square root of 3. So you do 12 divided by the square root of 3, and then rationalize it by multiplying the top and bottom by root 3. And you get 12 root 3 over 3, which is 4 root 3 for your length of the small side. And then the hypotenuse is just twice that, or 8 times the square root of 3. So once you get the smaller side, you're good to go. That gives you a little brief rundown of those special right triangles. Hopefully you now have a better understanding of that. Thank you.